So the Republicans are in a quagmire right now. They are trying their best to push this health care bill. Sucks. They give it to me, I'm wiping my butt with it. Or I'll find my 420 people and tell them to roll up a bud, smoke a blunt with it. I myself, I don't do that. Or I might just take it, roll it up, and hit flies with it. Or maybe I just burn it, because it's crap. Bad enough Obamacare, which is Romney Care, or I call it Obamacare, was not enough. It's better than what we've had previously. But we could have went further. Obama had the guts to stand up against Republicans and say, hey, I'm going to go into every one of your districts and let them know how much you really care about them. So they're still in the position where the CBO came out with this report and it's scathing. They talked about how bad this thing really is. I would go into more detail. But, hey, I suggest you to go to Jimmy Dore website and take a look at the numbers that he proposed up there. I don't have to reinvent the wheel or try to rebroadcast him. Go talk to him and take a look at this. Well, I'm going to read this through the New York Times. It's an op-ed. And this is for, I think this is for today, 30th, okay? It said the Republicans' uncertainty strategy. In their ardor to undermine and abolish Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, Republicans in Congress are causing inestimable damage. Specifically, they are damaging the United States' reputation and reliability among private companies looking to do business with the government. This is not a partisan statement. One of us is a Republican, talk about the writers of this particular article. The other is a Democratic. We differ on many policies, including healthcare reform. But we agree that the circus atmosphere surrounding the Affordable Care Act, exemplified this week by the abrupt decision by the Senate Majority Leader, Turtle Man, Mitch McConnell, Turtle. He looked just like that turtle from Bugs Bunny, to delay the vote on the Senate replacement bill. Now, this is how conniving this punk politician is. He's going to try to call a vote secretly. Try to haul what's his name? Pence in to get it done behind the back without the CBO. He's a gutless, cowardice politician. He is a gutless, cowardly politician. He got to go. He got to go. And they should hold him in contempt. The nerves of you to try to pull one over the American people. You're not pulling one on the Democrats. You're pulling one on the American people. See, you're old, scruggly, raggedy, wrinkled up person. Nice looking wife. I don't know what she see in you. But then again, love is deep. It goes beyond that. And so is money. Money will make you love anybody. And it got to be some money. You are very wealthy, Mr. Turtle Man, Mitch McConnell. Anyway, let me get back into this. But we agree that the circus atmosphere surrounding the Affordable Care Act exemplifies this week by a abrupt decision by the Senate Majority Leader, Turtle Man, to delay the vote on the Senate replacement bill, is generating uncertainty, which in turn is jeopardizing the future of public and private partnership. The healthcare industry consists of a dense network of public and private partnership. Even programs widely viewed as governmental insurance like Medicare and Medicaid depend on private hospitals and doctors and insurers. Such arrangement can work only if private firms trust that the United States will be a reliable partner. Historically, it hasn't been a problem. That appears to be changing. A decline in trust has already caused health insurers to rethink their relationship with their increasing erratic federal partner. They're demanding higher premiums to account for the greater risks. Blue Cross Blue Shield in North Carolina, normally a great company, for an example, they said that its planned rate increase of 23% next year would be only 9% if it had more certainty from the federal government. If they had more certainty from the federal government, they wouldn't have to go up to 23%. They would stay at 9%. Now, don't be fooled. That sounds great. But I think they just need to get out of the business of, and we'll talk about that later. Many other insurers have abandoned their partnership altogether, according to Health Secretary Tom Price. 49 counties won't have a single insurer on the exchange in 2018. Why are insurers so skittish? Though much maligned, insurers in the individual market have a tough job. When they set premiums, they have to guess how much health care their enrollers will need. If they set premiums too low, they'll lose their shirts. Too high, and they won't get customers. So they're in the quagmire. If I go too low, we're not gonna make no money. If I go too high, then people are not gonna buy insurance. We're still not gonna make no money. We want the government to do something where we can make money and the people can get the protection that they need. Hashtag still not enough, Doc. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Before Obamacare or Romneycare, insurers protect themselves from the risk by gathering medical information and screening out people with pre-existing condition. In other words, got a condition, can't help you. When Romneycare or Obamacare, I call it Romneycare, put a stop to that, insurers were in a bind. They had set premiums without knowing in advance how sick their customer were. That's not easy to do, which explains much of the fragility of the exchanges over the past 3 years. Lawmakers feel all these uncertainties would cause insurers to stay out of the newly found insurance exchange. So Obamacare, Romneycare employed a number of tools, in particular financial subsidies and a mandate requiring all individuals to get insurance to reassure firms that the market would be stable and healthy. So in other words, lack of stability. If we can be consistent on being stable, we can bring the rates down and we can help people out as much as we can. Obama put some tools in place, and the tools were financial subsidies and a mandate, forcing people like me to get insurance or pay a fine or pay a penalty. They say pay a tax, pay a penalty, pay a tax, it don't matter. I don't mind paying a tax if I can write it off. More like a penalty to me. This will reassure firms that the market would be stable and healthy. Even when with the protective policies in place, insurers took a big risk entering the market. At a minimum, insurers that took the plunge deserve the support promised in the law. Congressional Republicans, however, choose instead to sow uncertainty at every turn, hoping that a damaged reform law would be easier to repeal. So in other words, instead of playing ball and doing whatever you can to make sure there's a certainty in a market where it's easy and it flows smoothly for insurance companies to get involved in the healthcare exchange, instead they choose to market, joke it, call it all kind of names. It's weak, it's going down, and it is, but it's going down because there's no certainty in the law. Because every time the insurance agent, which I don't think insurance companies, I don't think people should be profiting on people's bad health. That's why I believe in single payer. But we're not there yet. We're still getting there. But in the meantime, these insurance companies are trying to say, hey, I don't mind coming in and giving a huge discounts, but I don't trust you. You're saying it's crap. You're saying it's going to go downhill. I don't want to touch that. And if I'm in it, the way y'all make it sound, this thing is so horrible, I'm pulling up out of this. I'm getting up out. That's like somebody saying, look, I got to go down the street where there's going to be a lot of, but I got to let you know there's going to be a lot of shooting in the area I'm going to. It's a bad neighborhood. They'll rob you in a minute. And, but we're going to just ride on through. Now, my car is cutting off every now and then. So, but come on, ride with me. Nah, bruh. You can have that. Go on your own. You ain't going to have me up in that neighborhood and your car break down when we get robbed. Nah. You get robbed by yourself. I'm going to the bodega and get me a coffee or soda. No. See, that is one of the major things that didn't have that. Even though I believe that this thing should not be in the hands of an insurance company, we need to take money out of not just policies but out of medical protection. if the Republicans added the surety, help with the surety, that say, hey, this is okay, we're going to work with it for now, instead of just trying to appeal it because Obama did it. That's what it is. Had Romney gotten in office and he did it, they would have been all for it. All for it. But it's him. It's a black man with a Muslim name that beat them in 2 terms, and they hate the fact that this man did something that even Harry Truman could not do, that FDR could not do. FDR, don't get me wrong, FDR, Medicaid, all that kind of stuff, great stuff. But for everybody? So, let me get back into the story, and we're almost done on this particular one. As a result, insurers owed well in excess $10 billion. Many have sued to recover their payments. The government refusals to pay weighs heavily on insurers as they confront 2 new problems. First, there's the individual mandate, which congressional Republicans hope to repeal. One insurer has already invoked concerns about the mandate as a reason for exiting Iowa's market. So in other words, the mandate is enough where people don't want to touch the Affordable Care Act. Number one, like in some cases, the premiums are high. I mean, in some cases here in New York has a great health care plan before Obamacare. New York going to have its own thing going on. But most places, you can get participate in the healthcare exchange and get a good policy for the marketplace and still pay $150 a month for a single person, and then your medical your prescription is still high as a kite. The deductible is high as a kite. That doesn't help. So a lot of people just say, "Screw it, man! I just take my risk and I pay the taxes because I can't afford this stuff. Not even the one on my job." Now let me get back. Second, the Republicans are playing chicken on Obamacare subsidies that are meant to help low-income people cover their out-of-pocket costs. Let me read that again. Second, the Republicans are playing chicken with Obamacare subsidies. They're meant to help low-income people cover their out-of-pocket costs because insurers don't know whether the government will honor its commitment to pay the subsidies. They've had to ask for double-digit rates increases. So in other words, you got some states, some governors, Republican governors like Jindal back then and all that kind of stuff, they refuse, out of spite for Obama, out of spite, out of their hatred for this black man that happened to run on the Democratic Party, that happened to beat their behind, out of spite, they refuse the subsidies for their states, leaving their citizens vulnerable. These jack-leg cowards of a politician, punks like Bobby Jindal, and I call them that based on their action. They're punks. They're bullies. They'll rather get shot, in the foot than give you health care. Why? Because Obama did it. If Romney would have did it and Romney would have won, oh yes, let's go ahead and do this thing. Democrats would still went for it. I believe they would have went for it. They would have helped it. They would have tried to make it bring assurance to the market. At least I think they would. The way they talked about this Russia crap, I kind of doubt that. Let me finish reading. Republicans appear not to have reckoned with the broader consequences of the uncertainty strategy. For example, Paul Ryan, the House Speaker, wants to convert Medicare into a voucher program in which the elderly will shop for private plans. Really, dude? How about you do that? How about you start that with the people you know? Every elderly person in your family, how about you test this program out on them? They'll cuss your behind out. Probably spit on you and knock you out. How will that work if insurers burned by the Obamacare experience are willing to partner? This is perhaps the greatest irony of the Republican actions. Republicans, including one of us, have long believed in the benefits of even greater privatization of government services, but how can any company in any sector trust the United States after seeing health insurers treated so shabby? And so basically the summary of this article is, we're in a quagmire right now. Obama knew that he couldn't get the Republicans on his plan because they had to stop Obama at every cost, similar to this stop Trump crap. Very familiar. And anytime the man did something great, they was going to push back on it or try to bury it or get rid of it. Case in point, Obamacare. this right-wing policy, Obama say, I'm just going to take Romney policy and go national. I'll get Republican support because this is a Republican plan. No. It's not about you helping the Republicans. It's about you getting something done, Obama. And all they cared about was undermining and pressing down, pissing on and crapping on anything that Obama do, trying to sham his legacy. And that's what Trump doing right now. Trump is not trying to give the working people a better program. He just want to take away something that Obama holds so dear. Why? Because he hates him. He hates him. And I can see why Obama joked him and picked on him and things like that and made him look like a fool. But Mr. President, hatred is like a cancer. It will never heal you. It'll only cause you to die inwardly if you keep accepting that cancer in your body. Don't accept it, Mr. President. No, cut the cancer out of your life. And do healthy things that make you more healthy and prosperous. Eat good food, eat more vegetables, work out, things like that. That's my way of saying, no, be the difference, Mr. President. The Democrats want to have something bold and broad. If you want to trump up Obama's legacy, if you really want to trump up his legacy, why don't you be the Republican to initiate single payer? You do that, you do something great. Scrap that you're doing right now, it's nowhere near great. It's a sad excuse of a failure of a politician. And you wonder why your rating's so low. And there's nothing you can do to make that happy but shock us with something that's going to help the American people for a change, instead of continually writing bullcrap laws and working with Republicans who write bullcrap laws. Get some balls and get some guts, Mr. President, and do something for the people and forget these people. You're set. You made your millions. You didn't come to Washington, D.C. to make it. You're supposed to have made your million outside of Washington. Don't be like them and start making money in Washington. Come on, you got to be better than that. Other than that, people, might have to use the people pack to remove him and any other Republican and any other jackleg Democrat out of office. That's what the People's Manifesto and the People Pack is all about. I'm BOBTV, man. Like I said, we got to stand up bold against this stuff. And if the United States want to continue to play this bullcrap, then we got to put pressure on our local politicians and our state politicians to enact single payer. I'm BOBTV, Freedom on Fire. Peace. Hey, this is your boy BOBTV with Freedom on Fire and Rob Report. I want to thank you for watching the webcast. Make sure you share these segments all across your social media network. Like and share, subscribe, and maybe I invite a couple other people to do the same thing. You make the difference. I also want to thank you for those who support this channel through Patreon, whether it's 50 cents to $50 million. It goes right back into what we do here. So like the lights that you're looking at right now, that's because of something that you did. So I really appreciate it. I want to thank my man Vegimatic for the Blue Yeti mic, one of the top microphones out right now. He knew I needed the mic, so he blessed me with it. So all of you guys make the difference into this channel growing, and I really want to appreciate you for that. Also, by all means, again, continue to share your comments at the bottom of each video. Just don't get so visceral to the people who may disagree with me or may disagree with you. This calling out name stuff, that's not for this channel. So please try not to call people names, personal names. Now you can call some of the stuff they talk about crap. I say that, but just don't attack people personally. Words really hurt when you start attacking people personally, because these people really believe these things, and you're not gonna take away their belief by calling them names. So please don't do that on this channel. But nevertheless, I appreciate you guys. We're shooting for 2,000 now, so I need your help. So as my pastor would say, reach one, teach one. I mean, let's reach out. You got the information. Make sure you share with other people and try to get them to subscribe to the channel so we can grow and expand. Again, the money, the finances that you give in your Patreon account, it goes into equipment. So I want to thank you for personally helping this endeavor grow. And last but not least, I am going to think about starting a whoop pack soon, trying to learn from Tim Black and my other brothers out there on how to do it. I'm not going to do it right away. I probably won't do it till I hit about 5,000 then we'll start thinking about something like that, or maybe a little more. But the Patreon account is fine for now. $1, it doesn't matter. I mean, like I said, it'll help grow this channel as much as I can, as much as we can. And last but not least, I do want to say something before we go. The People's Manifesto is not a joke. The People Manifesto is real people. So please make sure you have people clicked on that link down at the bottom to sign the petition saying, I will hold my vote until I find that the person who gets my vote will be a person who's going to follow that manifesto. If you do not follow that manifesto, you can forget it, Doc. You're not getting it. You got to earn it. You earn it. Nobody owes you their vote. You got to earn it. So that manifesto is real. So the People's PAC is designed to make a bold statement with somebody's signature on it saying that, hey, this is what we want, this is what we believe, this is the people's vision for America, and this is what we want to be manifested in the next 5, 10, 20 years. Not your vision, the people's vision. Sign your name on it, get other people to sign it so they can know how powerful this document is. When they see it gets to 10 million, 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, they know we're not taking it lightly. This is not a joke. We're not playing any game. We're deadlock serious. And then this will encourage us to put the manifesto in every politician's hands and let them know, if you want my vote, Doc, your name got to be on the People's Manifesto. You got to preach, teach, and declare this, or you can forget about my vote. So that's what we're doing. My team that we're working on this People's Manifesto, we're doing what we can to bring the shift of power back to the people instead of these freaking corporations. What are you doing? I tell you what you can do. You can help us get this out. The People's Manifesto is a real deal. Now, again, the People's Manifesto is a separate thing on its own. It has nothing to do with BOBTV. Okay, we just promote it, and I'm just one of the founders at the foundations of the People's Manifesto. Hopefully, it can make a mark in history that cannot be erased in America, because we need to get America the power back in the hands of the people, not the politicians and not their corporate donors. I'm BOBTV. Freedom on Fire. Rob Report. Peace.